We're here for the live stream. Welcome in. Don't forget to watch it on their stream.
We're live.
And I'm here. And I'm using my camera. I don't care.
We just have to wait for 10 more minutes.
Hello?
Yep. I'm here. Okay. I was just making sure everything was up.
Yeah.
You can hear me perfectly and clear.
Yep. Hold on, I'm gonna see if... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's great. Never mind. I want to see if drops are happening. Oh.
I don't think they will start the drops until on time.
I thought that whole point of... Never mind.
They didn't do that last time, so...
Well, we're 9 minutes away. So what do you want to talk about?
Oh, I hope to see the D1 tower.
Oh, of course. That's the first thing he said. Go play Destiny 1. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe Recluse, my favorite SMG.
Gosh. Recruit meta again? Yeah.
Yep. Just wait to see Luna's Howl rocking Crucible. Mountaintop's gonna be the best PvE. Grenade launcher again.
You don't know any of this is coming back. All speculation.
Still rumors, but could be true.
Could be.
Midnight Cube is shown, Luna's Howl is shown, so who knows?
Who knows?
Hopefully Red Death in the new activity. Dragon's Breath did return, and they said that was gonna launch with the final shape.
What?
Yeah, when they did the showcase for final shape, they said that was gonna return in the final
What was
shape.
gonna return?
The Dragon's Breath that came before. They put it in the past for this season instead.
Well, yeah, we got it already.
Yeah. And then the rocket pistol that they put in the dungeon. That the rocket pistol that came with the new dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
That was gonna actually be in the final shape, but that also came before.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Okay. Who's excited?
Okay, I'm back.
Who's excited?
Me?
Are you?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try and be calm. I'm not gonna be that excited.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna hold you to it, but I already know the answer. Oh my gosh, look at that! Oh.
Wait a second.
Watch me be the first one to do that, too. It'd be kind of hilarious. I'm just gonna hear you in the background. I thought you were gonna be calm, huh? Music stopped. Dang it, never mind.
Sorry, I got distracted with my phone.
Oh my goodness.
Phone calls here and there, you know.
Oh, yeah, it happens.
Hopefully we'll get through all of this in the stream without any more.
What?
Hopefully it won't be called again.
Oh.
Distracted, I guess. I should say.
Distracted.
We're gonna see this in full. 4 minutes. Who do you think are gonna talk in this stream today? The same people?
Maybe. Or it's a different dude. I think the host is gonna be the same.
I think we're gonna have
But it might be a different guy.
weapon people this time.
Yeah.
It would be cool if you could see the new the director, like Joe, who's the new one, you know, like the other new dude that was coming in.
Yeah, I feel like he's not very gonna be out there.
He did present himself.
He tweeted.
Yeah, so like we could see him at some point.
It's possible.
I don't remember his name.
Three minutes away.
Do you think this this melody or music that they're playing, like it's new, right? In a way, I think. It's like I think it's someone mentioned I've seen like Final Shape music, or it could be the Tower music, the new Tower music. Just speculations.
All their music just makes me think of their first person shooter game.
Yeah.
Well, not their first, because Marathon was their first, I think. It makes you think of Halo, for sure.
This will feel like a song that's like this city is under attack in a way, or not, like, or does it seem like happy song?
It's happy music. It's like, I don't know, something like that.
Like I feel it's like a mix of both. Could be the end song for Final Shape. Who knows? I don't think they would reveal any songs from Final Shape yet.
No, this is Into the Light music. Okay.
Actually, that could be the main song, Into the Light song.
Yep. That's what I think. Listen, we got 30 seconds.
go.
Literally 30 seconds.
Song stops. No, it didn't.
I'm watching my clock's minute hand go, or second hand go around on my phone. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Dang. That would have been great.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good day, and good time zone to you all. And welcome back to our second of 3 live streams to go ahead and talk about what's going to be coming with Destiny 2 Into the Light on April 9th. As a reminder, everything you're about to see is available to all players, just as was everything last week when we went ahead and had a chance to go ahead and walk through Onslaught. Now, today we've obviously got a few topics that we touched on last week. We got a new social space to go ahead and check out. We're going to look at some rewards, obviously, and maybe an up-close and personal look at the Brave Arsenal. But of course, I'm not the only one who's going to be talking through it. I'm joined by an all-star cast of folks here from the Bungie development team, and I'm going to go ahead and go on down the line and introduce them. If you were here last week, you obviously recognize his face, but Tom Farnsworth, Senior Design Lead, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, yeah. And a little bit about myself here. I've been at Bungie for about 12 years, maybe a little longer. It's been a while.
A decade plus.
And obviously there's some stuff we're going to be looking at today that's kind of like full circle.
Yeah.
With, the Space Tiger logo and Into the Light there from the early days of Destiny. And I've been fortunate to, I was able to place the Kavastov way back in Cosmo for y'all to pick up.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, that was something. Obviously, it was
foundation.
Teams are stronger than heroes is a big team effort, but there's a few things that I'm really having had a chance to work and proud to interact with players. And then there's some things I'm a little more infamous for, like placing the drop pods in Homecoming.
So follow him on Twitter, let him know how you thought about that, right?
And then over the past few years, I've been working on seasons and things like the 30th and Into the Light as a creative lead.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you very much for your hard work. As someone who's played a lot of it, excited to go ahead and dive in more with even more of it today. And of course, also we're joined by Chris Proctor, Senior Design Lead here at Bungie. Chris, for the fine folks at home who may not have heard you on a podcast or know anything about you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Bungie?
Yeah, hey Andy, thanks. I joined Bungie 4.5 years ago as weapons feature lead for Destiny 2. So a bunch of Destiny releases. This will be my 17th with Into the Light.
Is that all?
Yeah. Going through like a bunch of greatest hits.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. We obviously have a lot of stuff to talk through with the Brave Arsenal today, and greatest hits, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. And of course, last but very not least, down at the end, the one and only Kelsey Rice, systems designer here at Bungie. Kelsey, how you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing great.
All right, well,
Thanks for having me.
obviously the third verse, same as the second and the first. For the folks at home who may not know you or know anything about your work, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Bungie?
Yes, I'd love to. First, yes, I'm a systems designer at Bungie. I've been here for about 2.5 years, and I work on a lot of fun stuff like quests and pursuits and progressions, a lot of like spreadsheet design, which I really love.
The fabric that holds all of our adventures together, honestly.
Yes.
Very exciting. Well, obviously you've had a big hand in Into the Light as well today. We're going to go ahead and dive into that here in just a bit. But before we go ahead and dive on, is there anything you guys are excited about today in particular, or should we just go ahead and show rather than just tell? What do you think? Show it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and dive on in. Dive on in, rather. So we're going to start off. We have a brand new social space, the Hall of Champions, that we're going to go ahead and check on out. Kelsey, Kelsey's the one who's responsible for taking us through that. So shall you return to the throne world, obviously, and dive on in?
Bring me your tithes.
Perfect. Excellent. That's right. There are tithes to be gathered. Now, while we're on the way, Tom, Hall of Champions is a brand new social space here in Destiny 2. Where is this? Where are we going to, where's this place been? Why are we checking it out now?
So Shax has carved out just a little bit of the backstage of the tower.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a few little fun nods here to Destiny history.
Yep. All right, we're looking at it now on screen.
Yeah, we've got Kelsey on screen here. We got SweepyBot, and this is actually the lead up to the Hall of Champions.
This is where they keep it all the time.
Yeah, this is where, there's an off season for a lot of the holiday events.
Yeah, little pile of snow.
And there's a little snow there. There's some greenery.
This is interesting. All right, so we found a bit of the storage room to a degree. So he's carved out space maybe that has been hiding in plain view potentially for other sweeper bots or red jacks around the tower.
And there's some stuff from the Onslaught, this ADU.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Some little
Noah put it here himself.
No, and all the space like, if we just take a step forward, you're gonna there we go. Here's the Champions Hall.
Here
the
we
Hall of
go.
Champions.
All right, so this is the Hall of Champions.
And just like Zur kind of carved out Eternity for the 30th anniversary, Shaxx has kind of set this space aside for us, and Into the Light, where all your armor, your weapons, your rewards. This is going to be your home base for Into the Light.
Excellent. Awesome. All right. Well, Kelsey, can you go ahead and show us a little bit? We're going to go ahead and walk up here. We see a whole bevy of chests, actually. Let's go ahead and start there. What are we looking at, and how do we go ahead and start cracking these open, rather?
Yeah, so as you can see, this space is just full of chests. As you can see here, all the class icons on the floor, a little bit like 30th. You can come here to redeem this currency, Trophies of Bravery, that you're going to earn from completing Onslaught and from playing the broad game in Destiny. So all of these trophies here, if you progress your hype with Shaxx, you'll be able to spend them here at all these chests to get a really cool set of armor. I can pull open my character so you can see what that looks like on the Hunter.
That's right. Also, too, so for the folks at home, we went ahead and mentioned this as well online, but as a quick reminder, this is actually an armor set that's inspired by year 1 of Destiny 2. Tom, this is the parade armor set, I believe is what we're referring to it as?
So like it's the D2 year 1 parade armor.
That's right. Yeah.
You had it in Homecoming. It's kind of a classic set. We're again like full circle here with we were like beginning the Destiny 2 saga there, and now we're kind of ending the fight here. We're getting ready to take the fight to the Witness, and Shaxx has got this iconic set of armor. We're calling it the Parade Armor 2.0.
Yeah.
And everyone can earn it. It's available to all players.
Excellent.
And there's some other cosmetics we can show off here that kind of play with it too.
Very nice. And also, too, for folks out there, we have the Hunter here. Actually, Kelsey, can we check out the armor set one more time?
Yeah.
For the folks at home. Also, too, so this is an up-close and personal look, obviously, at this armor set, which will be available to everyone that goes ahead and jumps into the Light. Also, too, there's a Titan set and a Warlock set, we should also say. That you can go ahead and see in the key art as well, but obviously this will be arriving on April 9th, so you'll get a chance to go ahead and go hands-on.
Cool.
But, yeah, it's looking fresh, honestly. I wouldn't be upset to go ahead and don that armor. Oh, boy.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's
really interesting, like setting all these. We're working on all this stuff because we were kind of waiting to finally see that set, and finally being able to equip it in game was just such a cool experience.
Yeah, honestly. All right, so we're obviously equipped. We've got an armor set that we're going to go ahead and be chasing down, but we're now hanging out with Shaxx, and is that our site over there as well?
Yes, that is our site. And one last chest I want to point out here.
Oh,
too.
please.
This one is going to be your hub for just grinding out weapons. So those trophies that you'll be collecting with Shaxx, you can just keep redeeming them here, and you'll be able to get all your guns here. And this one here is, we're bringing back the Gift of the Thunder Gods. So if you need to catch up on your power level to make sure that you're like ready to hop right in, that's something you can do as well.
That's right. And honestly, it's again, as a reminder, this is available to all players. And so if you've got any friends that maybe aren't quite at that powerful cap, also too, actually, to double check, this will bring folks up to the powerful cap, was it?
Powerful, not pinnacle.
That's right. Okay, perfect. All right. So for your friends that want to go ahead and dive in right alongside you, even if they maybe haven't played, very much recently, they got a chance to go ahead and just catch right up.
They'll be ready.
Be ready for day one. That's right. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and talk to Shaxx, actually, as a starting point. So how are we going to be working with Shaxx, obviously? He's opened up his Den of Antiquities to us, but Kelsey, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so we need to pull out all the stops in defeating the Witness. So Shaxx has opened up his brave arsenal for us. And as you can see, Shaxx is really like the shining star of this area. I've been kind of panning by all these hollow Shaxxes that line the space, which I'll be happy to talk about in a moment.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, let's go talk to him and see what he's got.
Wow.
So over the course of Into the Light, as you earn reputation with him, you're going to be able to progress and get all this cool stuff. One thing in particular I want to point out.
Interesting.
This key.
A super black key. Is that what I'm seeing over there, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I wonder where that goes.
So maybe people that are D1 vets potentially from back in the day might remember this. Is this what's this symbiote we're looking back here?
Yeah, right now it's pretty powerful. It's in containment, but if you keep playing Into the Light, you'll be able to get access to the keys you need to unlock this. get access to the shader. Which
Oh, it's so good. All right. So obviously, too, yes, as a reminder, heads up to everyone. So one of the ultimate rewards available through this will indeed be the return of the Super Black shader. It's back.
What?
Finally, it's
What?
back. There's probably some song lyrics to go along with that. I couldn't tell you what they are,
That's
but I will
sick.
say to the Destiny Fashion subreddit, we are prepared for you to go ahead and take this on wholesale. So actually, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and just equip Super Black and give it a look really quickly.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Chat, how do you feel?
that
Come
looks
on.
great.
It does
Yes.
not get much better than that.
Yes.
Love it.
Excellent. All right.
yeah.
So Shax is obviously going to be there to help us get rewards. In addition to the Brave Arsenal and the armor, Super Black is waiting for us. So tell us a little bit about Arsight as well. Actually, he's I'm not sure if many people in the chat know about him. He's usually lived in lore entries.
I do.
But let's go ahead and get a look and see what we're going to be working with him on.
Yeah. So our site has a lot of quests for us, and we did some pretty interesting things, in my opinion, with some of the quests you can pick up from our site. They're going to unlock a couple things. They also have very
Conjuring.
fun puns that we had a lot of fun working on.
Edge transit.
So for every single weapon that we're going to be talking about today, there's a corresponding quest.
Fallen guillotine.
Once you've completed the quest for that weapon, you're going to be able to unlock access to that weapon, dropping as rewards. But there's two other really cool things that we can talk about there. One, we have these special limited edition appearances for the Brave Arsenal.
Yeah.
So completing these quests, you're going to get a guaranteed, curated copy of these limited edition weapons.
Excellent.
Which I'm happy to show you. They look rad. And you'll unlock attunement, which is something I can talk about in a second.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's take a look at some of these.
So, yeah, so here's
The
a look, of course.
mountaintop!
Obviously, for the folks at home, they may remember this one. I get a hunch that chat obviously is getting a little excited, but I know it's so excited. The mountaintop has returned. So this is a quick look at the mountaintop. Obviously, Chris, we're going to dive in more with the whole Brave Arsenal in a little bit, but this is, I believe she touched on the limited edition versions of
1830.
these, the ornaments that exist on there. Can you tell us a little bit about what the limited
Are we
edition
getting
variants
increased
of
cap?
these are that are available over the course of Into the Light?
Sure, yeah. So the Brave Arsenal weapons will drop from Onslaught, and we're talking a little bit about attunement and whatnot here. There is a low chance that one will drop as a limited edition
It looks
variant,
sick.
which comes pre-equipped
It
with
does.
a super shiny ornament that's
Yeah.
locked to that weapon.
Yeah.
So the Edge Transit here is the limited edition variant. These are kind of exotic levels of fancy.
Where was
Yeah.
this
You
one
can't
from?
apply shaders to the ornaments. You have to remove the ornament first.
Got it.
The ornaments will only be available up until the final shape launches.
Yeah.
Or the
What?
limited edition variants.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So the base versions will continue to be available.
All right.
Oh.
So this is the ultimate I was
makes
there
sense.
version with the limited edition on there. But other than that, after the final shape launches, people will still be able to get these
Hammerhead.
versions and keep
Hammerhead.
farming for them.
Yeah, there's
Oh
like that's super
my
cool visuals. They
God.
drop with double perks in both trait columns, but they don't have any other gameplay differences. So if you've got a great base weapon, you don't need to go and get
Just cosmetic.
cosmetic only.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Absolutely. All right, we're going to be able to test these out in a little bit. So obviously, we're going to go through all of these here in just a bit. Chat, there's a taste of just a few. We're glad that you get a chance to go ahead and check it out. But also, too, for the folks that want to go ahead and farm these rolls out. Kelsey, I believe you just mentioned attunement. Can you tell us a little bit more about that before we move on?
Yes, I'd love to. So one cool thing that you can do when completing these weapon quests, once they're available at our site, is attune to a weapon. So let's say that there's a weapon you really want to drop. You can bend luck in your favor and make it more likely for that weapon to appear. So for example, I can do that now. Let's do Recluse.
Yeah.
So
Chat seems to be pretty hyped on Recluse.
Yeah, recluse.
So,
Yeah.
if you're looking around, you'll see there's all of these shaxes everywhere,
Oh,
which
gosh.
we just had an absolute blast working with and coming up with. And once you've unlocked attunement, you can just freely do this at any time. You can change your attunement any time. You can choose which weapon has a higher chance of dropping. So I'm going to do that now.
What?
There we go.
Got our thumbs up. We're
Get
good.
the affirmation from Shax. Never hurts.
Yeah, I can always use more affirmations from
It never hurts, honestly.
did
Shouts
you
them
do?
very effectively, I might add.
Yes. So yeah. At any point, you can just visit another one. I could even just go and, unattune and reattune to my heart's content. Just once you've unlocked it, you can do that at any time.
Awesome.
So yeah, pick your favorites that you want to chase, and you'll have a much higher chance of getting them.
Excellent. All right. Obviously, the Hall of Champions has a lot in store. There's even more, obviously, chat than is even here, but we see what you're saying in chat. I feel the electricity in the air. I should also note one more thing. You should all go out and farm with impunity to go ahead and get the roles you want, ultimately, because with the arrival of the final shape, we'll indeed be adding 100 more vault slots. So
What?
go out there, grab the roles, grab
Just
27
100?
and hold on to them until you get a chance to Google which one has the god roll. All up to you, but we just wanted to let you know that with the arrival of the final shape, you'll be getting 100 more vault slots. So go ahead and dive on in. And
Only
grab whatever you
100?
wanna go ahead and
Only
Oh,
check.
100. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think that's a solid tour of the Hall of Champions. I think maybe at this point we go ahead and start diving on in with the Brave Arsenal. Tom, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'll hop in. Let's go clean out some lost sectors.
There we go. Excellent.
Yeah.
We got some demos to run as well. All right, everyone. So this is as a quick look at the Hall of Champions as well. Now we're going to go ahead and dive on in and look at the Brave Arsenal. Now, Chris, obviously you were intrinsically involved with kind of setting this whole thing up, with building the Brave Arsenal, deciding what was out there.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about, how you guys landed on this iconic set of Destiny weapons for Into the Light?
Yeah, and we all have our own favorite weapons internally, and wanted to make sure that we delivered on a ton of nostalgia for the whole Destiny 2 weapon set.
Yeah.
If you look on Reddit or Twitter, there are hundreds of weapons that these could be. We
Yeah.
had to narrow it down to 12. It's like we couldn't reasonably fit any more into the activity.
Yeah.
We couldn't necessarily afford to make many more than that.
Here we
Yes.
go.
So it's a whole set of weapons from across Destiny's history. A few recent ones. Most of them are from earlier in D2's
Yeah.
history.
So for those who have been terrorized by Blast Furnace and the Crucible, it's back
Midnight
now.
Cube.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah, honestly, Tom, let's go ahead and just kind of walk through these. Let's go ahead and take us at a hung jury I see next as well.
Sure, I can just. Do you want me to?
Okay,
I'll just
start with the
mouse
blast.
over them here. Blast Furnace, Hung Jury,
Jury returns as well.
Succession.
For
What?
anyone that hasn't had a chance to dive into Deepstone, quick, they can get
Midnight
their hands on a
Cube.
raid weapon as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I should just touch on Succession.
Explosive
There's
payload.
4 variants in there as well. But these are fairly recent weapons.
It's from
but
Deep Stone.
They are, by default, you have to own the release that those raids came out in. So you have to own Beyond Light if you want to get Succession. You have to own Witch Queen if you want to get Forbearance.
Yeah.
The Onslaught versions of these weapons, or the Brave Arsenal versions, are available to all players. So you get a taste of
It's
what
Forbearance?
the raw power of a raid weapon.
Yeah. Which honestly, once you get Succession in your hands, suddenly everything feels so alive. Like it's like a ton of bricks.
Oh, yeah,
let's
that's
see,
the
we also have, there we
sniper
go,
from the
Midnight
raid.
Coup,
Yeah,
for anyone who
Deepstone,
watched
yeah.
last week, thank you, Noah, as well, for going ahead and showing this off. Midnight Coup obviously makes an
this
incredibly
looks
triumphant return.
so insane.
Actually, can you adjust it just so it shows the waves in the shader, Tom?
Explosive. And
There
he
we
had
go.
Firefly
There we go.
last time
That
on the
never
other
gets
stream.
old, honestly.
So
Harkens back to one of my favorite times in the Black Armory.
you can have Explosive and Firefly.
Excellent. All right, so we have a full list here. So we've gone over all of them in the primary slot. Let's go ahead and move on down to the green ammo selection as well. Obviously,
choose
Recluse
Forbearance.
chat, you've all noticed that. We're just as happy that it's back as you are. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else we got in store there.
Luna's Howl.
Luna's Howl,
Yeah.
of course. Actually, in particular with Luna's Howl, I know we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but these weapons are not necessarily their previous state, just kind of held in stasis, but you guys have brought them forward with new perks. You've kind of done some redesigns as well. With Luna Howls in particular, you were mentioning that the Magnificent Howl perk has undergone a rework as well.
Yeah, in its original shipping form, that was way too strong because it would let you two-tap a Guardian in PvP incredibly fast with the perk up.
Yeah.
180 RPM. So we've brought Luna's Howl forward as a 140 RPM hand cannon, but it retains the precision frame, so it's super easy to control the recoil.
Yeah.
We've also redesigned the Magnificent Howl perk. So that now lets you build up stacks of super bullets, a little bit reminiscent of Hawkmoon,
Yeah.
with precision final blows.
Yeah.
And then you can unleash those on Guardians to do massive damage. You can get a 2-tap, but it requires a little bit more effort.
Yeah.
And obviously very strong in PvE as well.
Yeah, got to bide your time and actually land those headshots.
Yeah.
I'm saying that mostly to myself in the mirror as I get upset for losing another round of trials, but
So we had 2 hand cannons in this release, Midnight Coup and Luna's Howl.
That's right, yeah.
We assigned those to 2 different designers.
Yeah.
And there's a competition going on to see which one is more popular or is more effective.
Oh, really?
So
everyone out there in chat right now should let us know which one of those 2 ends up being their favorite.
Yep.
We have an actual debt to settle internally here by the sounds of it. Which one do you think is going to win, Chris?
I'm a little biased.
Little biased?
I have my Midnight Coup from the Leviathan raid still in my vault.
Oh, yeah.
I'm deeply attached to that weapon.
Fair enough. All right.
We'll see.
Let's see here. All right. Also, Elsie. So actually, here's a cool one as well.
Yeah.
This is no longer the Stranger's Rifle. This is Elsie's
Elsie's
rifle.
rifle.
Yeah, Elsie's no longer a stranger.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really
This is new.
iconic Destiny 1
Interesting.
weapon that everyone who played through the Destiny 1 campaign would have acquired as
Yeah.
the Stranger's Rifle. It's come forward with as close to its original feel
It's
as
from
we
Destiny
can
1,
manage,
right?
updated from
Yeah.
the Destiny
Yeah.
2 sandbox. It's got a ton
It's
of
not no
cool
time to
traits. It's
explain.
really very,
Yeah,
very
but
strong,
we have a
high
legendary
impact
version
Yeah.
from
pulse
D1.
rifle. It's running the rewind rounds perk,
Oh, yeah.
which we made for Bolt of Glass.
Yeah.
The D2 version, which harks back to the original perks on the Stranger's Rifle in D1 as well.
And this one already looks filthy, if I might say, with Zen Moment and Desperado on there.
Wow.
Desperado, yeah.
Did the room get colder, or what just happened, honestly? And also, too, so there's a new, actually, as long as we're there, Tom, if you wouldn't mind actually opening that back up, there's a new origin trait, pardon me, as well on these.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, the Indomitability trait, final blows with a light subclass equipped,
Oh.
grant grenade energy, and with a dark subclass equipped, grant melee energy.
Excellent.
So you get like that sort of duality, and they're reasonably strong perks.
Yeah,
That's
designed to keep
cool.
you in the fight either way.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, Tom, let's go ahead and keep checking out. What else do we have in store here?
Forbearance, right? Yeah.
Forbearance as
Yeah.
well. So this is you
My
talking
God.
about obviously
Yeah.
getting that taste
Yeah.
of raid weapons.
Yeah.
How did you guys go ahead and bring Forbearance forward also too into the light? Like what, did you add new perks into the pool, or what did you guys end up doing to kind of retain that classic feel?
Yeah, so we wanted it to feel like the Witch Queen version, but with slightly updated perks. So the perk pools are fairly similar, but with a couple of spicy additions. So you'll notice Disruption Break left column on a waveframe grenade launcher, super, super strong.
Yeah.
It's not something you get on the original
That'd be
version.
disgusting.
Yeah, but it's got all of the other classics.
Yeah.
It's got the new Indomitability origin trait instead of the Soul Drinker trait. And that's the same is true of any other weapons. Which
I have questions on this.
Origin traits.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it looks so good with that ornament on there. And of course, I think that was that a limited edition ornament on the Recluse as well that you have over there?
Yep. There's
Yeah,
a base
just
and
look at the.
Oh, let's take a look.
Ooh.
There we go. That's, again, the ultimate I was there. As you go ahead and begin your showdown with the Witness with the arrival of the final shape, doesn't hurt to have one of these sitting on your hip, obviously, to go ahead and make a statement the moment you walk into the room.
Wow.
Yeah, and this one is the curated version. The natural drops of the limited edition variants do have
Double perk out? That's right. Yeah.
What?
Excellent. And of course, our beloved Edge Transit.
Yeah,
Couldn't
when
keep
we
it
were-
away if we wanted to.
When we were looking at the fan favorite weapons, like we wanted to bring forward some of the strongest weapons from Forsaken.
Yeah.
He has like fond memories of
Forsaken, yeah.
blasting away raid bosses with that transit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. There's amazing memes associated with this weapon.
Yeah.
We actually brought it forward as one of the strongest heavy ammo grenade launchers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we were talking about that earlier. You're saying this one just hits like an absolute ton of bricks now.
Oh yeah, you can see some of the perks there. It's pretty wild.
I mean, honestly, yeah, this is already looking pretty good. This is one that would obviously find a home in my loadout. My Void one specifically, but I'm also picky about that kind of thing. All right, what else do we have here in this bottom row? The one and only, the Falling Guillotine.
with
Now,
chain
actually,
reaction
one
now.
thing that you mentioned as we were kind of talking about this earlier as well that was
An
kind of
eager
cool.
edge.
This is
Your
also
help.
going to be probably the first sword outside of those available in Crota's End, I believe, that has sword logic on it as well.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
right.
roll with sword logic.
Seemed like a great opportunity to put that perk on something that isn't from that raid, and
Yeah.
a little bit earlier than we would normally put raid perks onto a new weapon.
Yeah. I'm also going to
Seemed
echo
like-
chat here for a second. Is that Eager Edge I see on there?
That is an Eager Edge, yeah. It'll only be the second sword outside of 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
to have access to
It
that.
would
trait.
basically just be the Slammer and then the Falling Guillotine
Yeah,
from... Yeah, that's it. That's actually exciting.
Yeah, and this one has like the classic Void perk combo of a Repulsor Brace,
Yeah.
destabilizing rounds. It's good fun, and a lot of other strong
It
ones.
just doesn't get old, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're also joined by the Hammerhead. Hammerhead, honestly. It's as long as you're dipping your toe into the world of the Black Armory, this is obviously
Insane
one
good.
that has to come forward.
Everyone's
Oh, yeah.
favorite legendary machine gun.
Yeah, seriously.
You can't go past it.
It just, from the sound to the rate of fire, everything about it just is one that lives on in my memories and my dream journals, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
This is looking fantastic. All right, so we have a whole cast of characters. Now, Tom, you've got some loadouts set up. You've got some lost sectors that you're going to go ahead and start diving in on. I vote you go in there and start tearing it up. So we're already there. Okay, that's fantastic.
The classic mountaintop recluse combo here.
Ah,
And there's some new
I can't
stuff with
wait.
mountaintop too, where you can Rocket
Oh
jump.
yes,
That's right.
it's back.
So I'm so glad we got to that point this early because one of the things that was really cool about sort of seeing this development process behind the scenes was, obviously one of the core tenets was to make sure that you're retaining that classic feel of these weapons and kind of what made them so great to begin with. But you've kind of done some redesigns and expanded even just on the loot pool, or pardon me, on the perk pool rather. How did you guys kind of go about the process of sort of rebuilding these weapons for this modern era of Destiny?
Yeah, I mean, we held off on bringing Mountaintop into the sort of modern Destiny because it was just way too strong in both PvP and in PvE.
Yeah.
In PvP, it was like a pretty unpleasant meta when Mountaintop was part of everyone's loadout, so we definitely didn't want it to be able to one-hit kill, even with a direct hit in PvP anymore.
Fair.
So we've reduced that a little bit. But we also saw how excited people were for the Danger Zone rocket launcher perk, launching you into the air. So we've made that part of the base behavior of the new micro missile frame grenade launcher intrinsic. So you do super low self-damage and give yourself a massive physics impulse.
Yeah. The Team Fortress 2 soldier mains are just suddenly dusting off their rocket launchers in real time right now, obviously.
Playing the easiest.
So obviously too
low
is
sector though.
going ahead and adding just not only to the perk pool but kind of the intrinsic feel of these weapons. Were there any others in particular when you guys were working on them where you're like, yes, this is how this change needs to go? Like obviously Magnificent Howl got a change, but is there anything else in that pool that feels like it was really kind of a cool leap forward for these weapons?
I think Blast Furnace is a good example because the Black Armory version rolled with scopes, which, like, everyone would just pick the best scope. Like, internally, we felt like the Rasmussen ISA scope was, like, by far the best. Really, really clean.
Yeah.
And with the changes to damage fall-off on weapons, zoom doesn't matter that much anymore anyway.
Yeah.
So it comes pre-equipped with that scope geometry, but it can roll barrels instead. So you get all the benefits of stats.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Stats are already pretty juiced.
Yeah.
But you have that classic scope geo.
Actually, also too, to channel chat one more time, as a quick heads up as well, these weapons, while they won't be craftable, they are going to be enhanceable. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. So these weapons will retroactively be enhanceable when the final shape comes out.
That's
So any drops that
insane.
you get during this initial period, you'll be able to enhance them.
Excellent. Okay.
Nice.
So you want to make sure to really hold on to those god rolls that Light.gg went ahead and told you about. Yeah.
Recluse enhanced. Oh my god.
All right. So Tom, you've swapped your loadout now. Is this Blast Furnace we see you were?
Yeah, you were just talking about Blast Furnace, so I thought I'd hop over to it.
It's thematic. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice and smooth, like it always was.
Gosh.
Kelsey, actually too, on your side, obviously having this new tapestry of rewards to work with has been pretty exciting. As you kind of went ahead and sort of hatched your plans of how players would go about getting these, kind of what role did these weapons play, I guess, in the overall reward structure?
Yeah, of course. So we wanted the rewards of this release to be all about
Yep.
the weapons. And
Yeah.
the shining stars, they're awesome. So I saw people are asking a little bit about what we're going to be getting from Onslaught.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chests in there, and every single chest has a weapon in it, and all of those chests can react to attunement. So if you attune to a weapon, anytime you see a chest, it's going to happen. So
Excellent.
every set, not every wave. that'd be
Yeah, it
crazy.
is.
Every set, there's a chest with a weapon in it. If you do it at higher difficulty, there are 2 chests. They both have weapons in them. And if you keep the ADU alive throughout the entirety of Onslaught, there's another bonus chest available. So you can get a lot if you just keep yourself kicking and get all the way through there, keep the ADU up. There's a lot of guns to be had.
So those folks who are going to dive into the Legend 50-wave version of Onslaught are going to be well rewarded for those efforts. I'm asking partially for myself, obviously, as well, and my fire team at home who might be listening.
Weapons team is really excited about attunement because it gives players some control over the drops that they get, but it retains the excitement of those drops. Like you will get your Blast Furnace dropping from the chest. You don't have to go and focus it or anything like that.
Yeah.
We love that.
Actually, also too is you guys are also players of the game. Chris, were there any roles or weapons in particular where it was just your personal favorite that you had a lot of fun with in the playtest? Or
Probably of these weapons, my favorite is Blast Furnace.
Yeah.
With that classic scope and the role that I've got on mine, the role that I'm going to try and get in retail, is Headseeker Kill Clip, which is just really nasty PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. I'll put another few hundred hours in Crucible.
I'll be right there with you, honestly. The moment I can put Dead Man's Tail down again, then that will be the one that'll pick up immediately after. Kelsey, also too, is I know we were talking a little bit earlier. You've been deep into the Onslaught playtests as well, so that means in addition to the Brave Arsenal, you've got everything else at your beck and call. What are some cool builds you've been working on, honestly, to go ahead and really emphasize these new weapons?
Yeah, I've been really enjoying Solar Warlock. I found is really fun in Onslaught because you can find a lane and just completely nuke it if you get your like unlimited grenades going. You can just completely destroy. So I've been really partial to Luna's Howl.
Fair.
Yeah, I tend to get a little feral, a little too excited. Sometimes having like heal clip on it or something can give me that extra staying power I need to keep that ADU up.
It's part of, you got to be in the fight as much as you possibly can, and I say that partially as a Void Hunter who crutches on invisibility and runs away right away, so I understand and respect the hustle that I don't end up having. Also too, we got a question from chat from Lil Camino, I think is how you pronounce the name. My mistake if you get it correct. But just to reiterate, will these weapons be attainable after the final shape arrives?
Yes, the base weapons will be, but the limited edition variants with those sweet ornaments will not.
Excellent. All right. So again, make
That's
sure you
okay.
go ahead and dive on in once
sounds right.
Into the Light is here, and make sure you get that I was there card more or less. At least again.
That's
speaking
2
for myself.
months. So.
So also too is
Yeah.
I heard you guys mention briefly curated roles as well, because kind of like a part of the quests process, was it with Shaxx or our site rather?
With our site, yes.
Thank you. That's right. So is this ones that you guys have set up where it's like this is the go-to role? This is from our opinion, like one of our favorites, or what was the process of kind of building those curated roles?
Yeah, we try to deliver something which is like an extremely good role, not necessarily the single perfect role, because we want you to have a reason to go in and get excited for those drops.
Yeah.
But like we would say, they're a 70-80% god roll
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. On the way, certainly.
Yeah.
And also too is remember everyone, we're getting 100 more vault slots once the final shape comes out, so go ahead and just farm away. Now's the time. Sorry, Kelsey, were you going to say something more?
Yeah, we also just wanted to make sure people weren't completely at the mercy of RNG when it comes to getting these limited edition variants. So if you log in, you do those quests at our site, you can get one guaranteed copy of a limited edition of each weapon with that curated role.
Yeah. See, we're getting, again, I think, obviously, Tom is here in the heat of battle, so to speak, but the origin trait, we just got another question about, actually. So for the folks at home, it's Indomitability, or?
Yes.
Thank you, all right. And that one, can you, again, walk through that origin trait for us one more time?
Yeah, so on Final Blows, it grants you grenade energy if you're running a light subclass.
Here we go, we got it on screen.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, which would be Arc Void or Solar, or melee energy if you're running a Darkness subclass, which would be Stasis or Strand.
Got it, okay. So I can
Nice.
go in there's a Stasis main and just throw all the shurikens I possibly have. Yeah,
Yep.
there's a more technical thing to that. I'm
Wow.
sorry, I got it wrong out of the gate.
Those weapons are gonna be.
That's a cool trait.
All right, let's see here. And also too, actually, we talked kind of at the beginning about what it was like to sort of pare down this list of weapons down to 12. Can you tell us a little bit about that process? I can't imagine it was anywhere near as simple.
12 was a really small number when you're looking at that set of weapons. And if
Yeah.
we'd gone by lists on the internet or even internally,
Yeah.
could easily have ended up being half hand cannons. We had to restricted ourselves to 2.
Fair.
There were a lot that could easily have made the cut that we
Yeah.
just couldn't fit them in.
That's fair. I mean, honestly, though, between Midnight Coup and Luna's Howl, like a very,
I
very
think you
solid
picked the right
cast to
two.
go ahead and come out of the gate here
Yeah.
with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really strong. And
They,
yeah, we definitely wanted to get that spread of experience across the first few years of Destiny 2 as well.
Yeah, honestly. And also, too, is even, recalling all the way back to the Black Armory. That's, I think, a set of weapons that
I used
so
Midnight Cube a
many of
lot,
us
so
think back to
I'm
so
happy.
fondly. Again, I think one of the goals here was to go ahead and
They didn't
retain that original
do
feel.
any auto rifles.
You guys went ahead and added in a bunch of new perks.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that process was like in terms of making sure those perks matched up with that feel of the weapon?
I thought they might do the
Yeah, and in
torch
cases
one.
where we have multiple weapons in the same archetype shipping, so we've got 2 pulse rifles, 2 hand cannons, we assigned those to different designers and made sure that the roles that they occupy in the sandbox
Discovered
were
all lost
sufficiently
sectors.
different. We also would look at the most popular roles that the weapons had originally and make sure that those still appear on the weapons. It meant having to redesign some perks, which would be too strong in today's sandbox.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But yeah, and then introducing, when you go and you look at a blast bonus in your vault or something, you're like, man, I wish I could roll X perk that came out after that, right?
Yeah.
And made sure we put a few of those in there as well.
Yeah. And there's also, I'm not sure if we've seen it on screen yet, but there's a new perk that'll be joining this pool as well, won't there?
Yeah, there is. There's in this build, it's called Last Stand. The shipping name is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a pretty sweet perk. If we could bring up the description of that when Tom is out of danger.
Which weapon is that?
There was one. It was on Blast Furnace, I think. Yeah.
Let me give it a
Yeah.
shot.
Oh, there we go. All right, well, we'll let him defend himself
funny.
briefly.
Yeah.
But we do have a couple questions from chat as well. So there's one that asks, Flo's Knuckles, I believe. There we go. Can we grind Onslaught multiple times for multiple drops? I'm assuming this is just go ahead and dive on it and grind to your heart's content.
Yes, you'll be getting weapons every run. You'll also be getting currency from shacks
Wow,
that
I
you
can
can bring
stack.
back, and you can throw in that chest that I showed you, so you can just keep opening that chest. So yeah, just keep going.
Dive on it, honestly. Yeah, go ahead and chase that roll, whatever you want. Also, too, one more quick question from chat. Mega125358, pardon me, Mega, asks, can you take the limited edition ornament off and put it on another copy of the weapon, or is it just on that one weapon?
So you can remove it. You can't put it on something else.
Cool.
It's locked to the weapon that it dropped on.
Makes sense, yeah. I mean, honestly, when it looks that good, you just gotta go ahead and stick with what you got, you know?
Yeah, if players have a favorite shader that they want to put on a weapon, they can remove it and put the shader on.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't shade the ornament.
You can go ahead and photo finish it up to your heart's content.
I
Obviously,
wanna see
option.
that
Or super black,
black
obviously, when the
on
time
a weapon.
arrives.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So, Tom, what are you running right now?
I've just been hopping around with all the weapons here. Now I've got Blast Furnace and LC's rifle on. I know double primary isn't always meta, but
We're gonna make it meta for the sake of
they're
this
both
particular lost sector.
pretty solid weapons.
For purposes of illustration.
No, here's that new perk that you both were talking about, Last Stand. On
Again, reminder, this
Blast
name will be
Furnace.
changing in the live version.
Yep.
Yeah, so weapon final blows grant bonus damage. Melee and grenade final blows grant a larger damage bonus that can stack. So once you get this perk really rolling,
think that
it's very
name's
strong.
perfect.
You can sustain it.
Yeah.
Nice way to go ahead and clear out a bunch of red bars and then take down that yellow bar with ease if
Yeah.
you go ahead and do everything correctly.
Yeah, it ties nicely into the origin trait as well, because the origin trait grants you energy for your abilities, and then you get bonus damage for getting ability final blows.
Yeah. Wow. It creates creates that loop, honestly. You just become the self-fulfilling prophecy of death at that point.
And this perk
Which,
is
as a
on
guardian,
all
is never a
weapons?
bad place to find yourself, frankly.
I think all these, yeah.
Let's see here.
That's
Actually, also, too, is, I know we touched, obviously,
The
on
origin
Chris's
trait.
personal favorite being
Yeah.
Blast Furnace. Kelsey, was there anything when you saw this land back on the
But that
list of
last
Brave
stand
Arsenal where you
perk,
were like,
was that gonna
finally,
be everything?
that one's back?
No, that's a perk.
I was real excited about Linda's Howl.
I mean, that's just smart, honestly. That just makes sense.
Yeah, but did I say that like
Tom, how
all
about you? Is there
weapons
anything
can
in
drop that?
particular that obviously
don't
having
know.
taken
They
such
didn't
a
say.
big hand in helping design and sort of define all this stuff, what are your favorite weapons and roles that have come out of this?
I'm pretty basic, pretty easy. I really am excited about Recluse and Mountaintop.
Yeah.
Like I just love that combo of being able to like get in close with an SMG and get the damage perk going and feeling really powerful, then being able to switch to the grenade launcher and fire off some like little mini rockets and be able to play around with getting a little more airborne is just like it's just fun.
I can already
Yeah.
imagine some Strand Hunter doing that above me and then immediately diving on top of me in the crucible.
And I look forward to like not accidentally blowing myself up, but it's a lot harder to do now. Like I remember with Mountaintop back in the day, I would just like shoot my feet on purpose, and like it was usually like an instant death, and so you can really you get a lot more up close and personal with it.
Yeah, let's see. Fit nicely into a lot of builds. Honestly, I can already see a Tommy's matchbook build with that. Just floating up there in the sky as
Gosh.
a warlock, just murdering everyone. But that is to say, now there's an opportunity for more than just warlocks to be the floating weapon platforms out there in the game. I know, Kelsey. I'm sorry. we can share.
Yes.
We can share the abilities.
Particularly with the redesign of Manticore, there's a fun strategy. I don't know how super effective it is, but
Yeah.
like mountaintop to launch yourself way up into the air.
Yeah.
And switch over to Manticore.
Yeah.
You can just hover around.
Just seems like a fever
Warlock
dream I had
meta
one
in
time, honestly.
Crucible, then.
Also, too, for the folks at home that may not have seen
Yeah.
the Manticore kind of redesign, can you tell us a little bit, too, about how the intrinsic perk on that works now?
Yeah, so it's the base functionality of the way you use the weapon is fairly similar. We've tightened up its activation, so it will no longer activate if you're running downstairs and that kind of thing, which is pretty irritating. You can also just deactivate it by holding reload, and it will do that quick special reload animation.
Oh, very nice.
Before you had to wait for it to expire or like switch off the weapon.
Yeah.
And then the catalyst, instead of just giving you damage resistance, now gives you a void overshield, which
Oh, nice.
Of course, also gives you damage resistance, but
Yeah.
can tie into void builds in a pretty synergistic way.
Very nice, honestly. Yeah, between that, Devour, the whole nine, obviously, there's going to be a lot of
Oh, yeah.
mobile weapon.
Survivability is wild. It also decreases enemy accuracy against you, similar to the always on time Sparrow. So
Yeah.
you've got a ton more like damage resistance. You've got an overshield, and enemies are missing you all the time. So it's combined with being able to launch yourself up into the air easily with Mountaintop. It's good fun.
That's also too, actually. We got a question from chat that is, what's the difference between the new perk and Golden Tricorn? They sound pretty similar.
They do have kind of similar functionality. The big one is that the Golden Tricorn bonus is large, but doesn't stack once you get it. So the uptime on the new perk, whose name I can't remember,
Yep.
it's not in this book, we changed it, is that the uptime is higher.
Wow. Excellent. Okay. Makes sense. Also, too, it's we got another chat as well. Chat question, pardon me, I should say. Will the weapon ornaments for Luna's Howl and the Recluse be equippable for the new versions of those weapons?
Yes, they will.
Oh, awesome.
Both for the base versions and for the variants, you can equip any ornaments that you've got. Players have already noticed that some of those are showing up later in the season in the Bright Dust Storm.
For anyone out there that might go ahead and check through the databases, they might have noticed something potentially.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't say yes or no, but maybe. Firm maybe, certainly.
The leaks.
Excellent. All right, so we're doing a pretty good job here. Tom, I got to say, it seems like you're making some pretty good, quick work of these lost sectors.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like he's played them before.
Maybe once or twice, potentially. You never know.
it did work on EDZ. It's been a while, though.
So Tom, actually also too is, as you've kind of been helping sort of build a lot of what Into the Light is going to be, what was the role that these weapons played? Like why is Shaxx choosing now to go ahead and re-equip us with this particular set of antiquities?
And part of the idea is that it's like this forbidden arsenal, right? The things that aren't, that we've kind of set aside, at least in the Crucible and other spaces, and now in this kind of dire time with our backs against the wall, we need to, kind of set aside those conventions and really take every advantage we can in the fight against the Witness, and kind of like having players in this moment, with Into the Light, it's a great time to hop in and play if you haven't been playing, or if you want to catch up, and we're going to give you the weapons you need to be ready for the final shape. Like as long as you show up every week, you do the work, you're going to get like an incredible arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, particularly if you had been like looking at some of the meta heavy grenade launchers. You can just walk in and get edge transit and like be like competitive already.
Yeah. And also too, I just got word from back at home that also Noah is apparently back at home after last week's stream in chat, cheering everyone on. So if everyone out there wants to give him a quick yeah, great in chat, now's the time. Excellent. Alrighty.
I really like auto-loading host around a mountaintop.
Oh yeah.
I have a
It's-
question.
I mean,
like,
I've got
strong.
Full
I've got
Guillotine,
a
we
Fighting
already
Lion
have,
Hard
right?
Dust loadout that obviously hinges pretty heavily on autoloading holster
Yeah.
because I never
should
want
we,
to stop
are
shooting
we
any grenades.
able to put the ornament
I'm one
on
of those.
that?
I'm sorry, everyone.
No, only when it drops on it.
We're getting some love for Noah in the chat. All right, love to see it.
Yeah, he said
So also too, actually, over the course of developing kind of this new reward
we need
structure,
to get the new
was there anything
version
about
of-
it where you're like, all right, this is
Yeah.
the moment. Like Onslaught is set up just right. Like,
Like-
what was it like, kind of building this structure for players to go ahead and just reinvest in? I guess.
Yeah. I think when we finally got the loot
Like, I have to
explosion
replace my
going,
forbearance.
Yeah.
there's this whole conversation
With
and how we want it to
already
feel when
so
you
many
open the
kills.
chest and all this stuff, and all these people working together doing tech stuff to make sure it all worked great and everyone doing their part, and then finally getting in there and just running through and seeing everything just
Yeah.
like I guess all of your work just like flying through the air in space was just really satisfying, and it really felt like it was coming together. I'm also really partial to when we start
Midnight
getting more icons and world art coming
my
in. The
God.
space really started to feel tangible. When Shaxx finally had the guns in his hands
Yes.
in the,
Yeah.
and all the hollow shackers for a while, they're just like
right.
this,
Did you guys have that vision of the Hollow Shaxes like right away? You were like, this is how we want it to be, or was it just what was the evolution of that space like when you guys were building it?
It was really fun working with world art and all this stuff. We had a bunch of people in the room, everyone who's dedicated to the space in some capacity, and we were just brainstorming together and laughing and coming up with all these fun ideas. So it was a huge collaborative process, and I think that's what's so magical about working in games is you get to work with all these people who know all these things that you don't. and make something so cool and awesome.
Yeah. Actually, also too, we got one more quick question from chat that caught my eye. Is the Master of Arms perk as powerful as before?
No, it's had to be toned down a little bit.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still very strong. But yeah, that original version is pretty wild.
Kind of in a league of its own, certainly.
Oh, the Midnight Cube.
All right, Tom. So
I
what's
can't
your,
wait for that.
what's your strat right now? Is it basically just Old West gunslinger?
It could be better
mean,
than Fatebringer.
I
Time
haven't
Lost.
had a chance to play with all these guns either, so I'm just having fun over here. Like you can do your stream over there. I'm just gonna play with Midnight Coup here, which just it just feels so snappy and crispy. Like it just gotta point it in the right direction. It
This
does
one
a
has
lot of the work.
Explosive rounds and kinetic tremors. Is that what it has? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you can just, you don't even really need to be that accurate, I guess, with this roll. I can just kind of shoot around enemies. And
Make
it
them
does-
dance like in the Old West.
Pretty sure this is still the highest aim assist of any legendary hand cannon in the game too.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
What are some roles, by the way? So obviously, I think they each kind of have their different PvP and PvE flavors. But in the PvE trenches, are there any roles in particular with this new kind of set of perks that you were really caught off guard by or surprised by?
I mean, Firefly Kinetic Tremors is really, really strong. I think that was actually the role that Noah was running last week.
Yeah, he was making it look pretty good,
Yeah,
thankfully.
he's smart.
And Noah's all right at the game, as it turns out.
Yeah. What else? I think the role that we've got here on Edge Transit, which is Cascade Point left column,
Yeah.
being able to just like mag dump
Yeah.
a whole drum grenade launcher, it's really strong.
Yeah.
The burst damage potential is wild.
And also, too, actually, another question from chat. To get the double perk rolls on the weapons, do you have to do higher level onslaughts, or is there a chance for them to drop with double perks in each column regardless?
There is always a chance. There's
Nice.
the limited edition variants. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, too, just a quick reminder is the quests from from our site, rather. Those ones have a higher chance of giving you one of the limited edition variants, or?
Those give you the curated ones, right? The
Yes,
Curated?
those
That's
are
right,
the curated
thank you.
ones. So pretty much that's a guarantee that you can get them. But anytime you get a
styles.
brave weapon, there's a chance that it will have the double perks and the awesome appearance on it. So
Very cool.
that was actually a really fun thing. Once it kind of got that implemented, playing through the first time, you just naturally got one.
Yeah.
Like you'll be in a playtest and oh, I got one. I got
Yeah.
a limited edition one. It's just a really fun,
It's
fun
kind of
feeling.
even just that excitement of like when you're out there doing a dungeon farm or whatever the case is, and you're checking through all the guns that are sitting in your mailbox, and you're just like, oh, that initial set of rolls is pretty cool, and then you click in and you're like, wait, I can curate this to exactly what I want it to be. Like that moment's always pretty rewarding, honestly. As a quick reminder to everyone in chat, so the Brave Arsenal will be able to drop from Onslaught at every stage, was it? Every 10 levels?
Yes, every set.
Excellent. Okay, set. Thank you very much. All right.
It's gonna be a lot of
This is-
weapons.
We have the experts here, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, Tom. What's next on the list? Which lost sector is going to wilt against your powers?
I think I'm gonna go, and I don't know what it's called, but it's on the top of the little rocks here, I think, right? That's
Lightning
where it's at? I'm
Cove.
trying to remember.
So you just go ahead and drop on down in.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Those fallen aren't going to be safe for long.
Yeah. Can't die from full damage anymore.
Interesting choice of
True, that
doing
would-
EDC.
Who's
lost
responsible for that? That's what we have
sectors.
the mountaintop to do, or to use for rather to get those kills on ourselves.
Oh, wrong way.
What?
This is
What
the
was
right
that?
And actually, also too, so a lot
never
of
seen
questions in
that,
chat about
cave there.
the pools of perks that are going to be available, the weapons that are going to be available. You and your
Yeah, you
team over on the weapons team have also gone ahead and authored a
Probably
blog
have,
that will
but,
be hitting
like, never
Bungie.net
noticed.
tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
going to list out all of the weapons and all of the perks that can appear on them. So
Yeah.
no mystery about the perk pools as of tomorrow.
Yeah, excellent. So there will be plenty of opportunities for all the build crafters out there to go ahead and go nuts and kind of imagine their most exciting opportunities, really. Actually, so also too, we've talked a lot about the Brave Arsenal. Let's go ahead and touch on the parade set again. What was kind of the inspiration behind that set and kind of bringing it forward now? This is kind of like a first full circle moment, rather, that I know Tom was mentioning. But why is Shaxx choosing now to equip us with this armor set?
I frankly wasn't as involved in those kind of conversations.
No, it's okay.
It was actually really
Here we go.
fun. Look beautiful. Kind of waiting to see how
Looks
we're
like
gonna
you're
end up
back
looking
to
in the end, because we weren't
Yeah.
really sure
Destiny
right
2
away
again,
which armor set
or
we were
like-
getting, and we
Here
were
we
just
go.
so excited to
Yep.
see him in the See him in
the
the
beginning.
chest.
Yeah, it was. I think honestly that first look
Yeah.
at them in the key art. You know, obviously there was an initial glimpse,
Yeah.
and it's weird because even as good as they looked, they were almost like everyone was just immediately
That
captivated by
shader,
Onslaught.
though.
Immediately captivated by like, is that?
Yeah, it looks
is that
really
Blast
good.
Furnace in that Warlock's hands? Who knows?
If you're trying to bring back players' favorites, like there is so much.
think it's on the
nostalgia
gun,
for
too.
That, Parade armor set.
Yeah.
Like, bringing that back and updating it a little bit. Like I still run the Parade armor set on my character from
Yeah.
time to time.
No
got
one's
that
gonna use
classic
anything,
look, obviously.
anything else than this when
And
they
obviously
get
getting
that.
a chance to go ahead and chase down Super Black doesn't
Yeah.
hurt either.
Oh my god.
Looks very cool when you break it out of containment. Won't say much.
And it's free.
Excellent. Alrighty.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and take one more quick run through. So this, is there anything else actually? So I know we've had a chance to walk through the Brave Arsenal. Tom, in particular on your side, you know, we've gone ahead and kind of gone around the horn over here. Is there anything about this kind of new set of weapons and sort of the role they play in Into the Light that's got you excited about kind of the overall sandbox now that we're going to have available to us?
I'm really excited about a lot of these weapons are they're not god rolls, but they're pretty close to it. Like if you show up every week and you do the weekly quest, you're going to get something that is really pretty powerful, and it's going to be like, for example, just looking at like the Hammerhead here, it's got Rampage and Killing Tally on it. That's just incredible.
Never stops
like for PvE, yeah, it just never stops firing, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then you're also increasing damage every time you take an enemy out, which is cool. And like I could look at each one of these weapons too, and they like I think we might have glossed over it earlier, but the Edge Transit with Cascade Point, like you get a kill and then you can dump the whole mag in like 2 or 3 seconds, which is really powerful.
Wow.
And I think people are going to find a lot of great synergies between these weapons. Like I was even like Mountaintop.
Melt the boss! Melt the
Recluse
boss!
and Cascade Edge Transit felt great. Like I could like use the SMG while my Mountaintop is reloading, and then like getting kills with those activates Cascade Point, and I can
Yeah, you
swap over
can't
and dump
melt
the
any
mag for
bosses
Edge
anymore.
Transit,
They put
and like I can see similar
walls on
things with
them.
Hammerhead and for Barons, or
You can try.
with,
Oh.
Every
Kelsey's rifle.
GM have shields on
And
bosses
then like
now.
there's also just some
Yeah,
classic
true.
weapons here that I really miss. That I'm really excited for Blast Furnace to be back, and I'm excited to see what it does to the meta with these being like relevant in the power game again, and being something that is accessible to players new and old.
Yeah. Someone who spends a lot of time in the Crucible, I'm terrified already. Proctor, thank you very much for all the hard work on that. To you and yours, obviously. All right, so I think we're probably getting to a point now. We've gone ahead and checked out the rewards. We've checked out the new social space. We've checked out the Brave Arsenal. It's probably about time for us to go ahead and start wrapping things up here. Mr. Tom Farnsworth, when you get an opportunity, feel free to go ahead and rejoin us. Relinquish your hold from the throne world, obviously. This is so fast. Your jump ship was right in orbit, wasn't it?
Right here.
I hear it's lovely this time of year out there in the throne world.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's Noah.
I'm excited.
Kelsey makes
Yeah, it
warm for me
looks
in there.
really,
That's true. All right, very
really
good.
good.
And again, we can use some sword logic later to expand it when the time comes. But for right now, we've gone ahead and done our job. Well, for starters, thank you all so much for taking time to join us to talk us through, obviously, the Hall of Champions, talk us through the Brave Arsenal, through everything with Into the Light. It's been a great show. So thank you guys for starters for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. And also, too, as a quick reminder, again, to everyone, we'll be back next week, the same Bungie time, same Bungie place, to have another live stream about everything, or some more stuff coming with Destiny 2 Into the Light, including some exotic mission, some exotic mission content and the craftable weapons that'll be available to them. Chat, I saw you mentioning some stuff about that potentially, so come back next week. Also, we'll be going to go ahead and walk through the PvP
Outbreak,
map pack
Whisper.
as well. So if you want to see everything that's going to be coming in those 3 maps, next week will be your time. And there might be a few more additional surprises that we'll have in store for you. Never know. And also, too, the final thing we're going to go ahead and make sure you close with is, as a quick reminder, of course, with the arrival of the final shape, you'll be able to get 100 more slots in your vault. As you can go ahead and see here on camera, we put it to good use ourselves. We had some Edge Transit rolls.
That's
we
nice.
knew that this was the time and place to go ahead and slot them in there. So we now have those, thankfully, in safekeeping now for the arrival
That's
of
me.
the Witness. Never hurts.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
sure.
Well, thank you all so much for taking the time to join us today. We'll see you back here next week at the same Bungie time, same Bungie place. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
That was good. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
Are they just gonna keep it running now for the emblem?
I think so. I gotta watch it as long as I possibly can.
So I'm just gonna turn on the sound a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But yeah, oh my god. I'm excited about all the weapons.
Dude. I can't wait.
Like,
I can't wait.
the first thing I'm going for is like Recluse and Mountaintop.
I can't wait to farm.
So you can basically put on the weapon you want to go after, and then just play, and you'll get that weapon all the
Until
time.
you get a bunch of rolls. Yeah.
Wow.
You have to unlock that though.
Yeah.
So you can't do it right away, but
I was curious, when she went up
it's
to
still 2
Shaxx,
months though.
Yeah. It drops on the 9th, so like that's a little bit under 2 months to play it before. But did you see when she walked up to the chest next to Shaxx? What did she mean with that chest? Like I didn't.
That's like the chest from. Remember how you go up and you spend a coin at 30th anniversary?
Yeah.
It's that kind of chest.
So like yeah, I meant the one that wasn't the one that wasn't open, but the other one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the thing at the 30th anniversary where we walk up and use a coin.
Yeah.
Or whatever the thing's called.
Okay. It's really interesting.
It's that. That's what she said, I believe.
It wasn't the D1 tower though.
I told you it wasn't gonna be the D1 tower.
But who knows? It's not over yet. He said surprises.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like,
Oh, one social space not enough. We'll give you another one. It's called the Old Tower. Yay!
what if that's actually underneath the old tower, but then the tower
It is.
Did you see when he started there that the stuff from the Solstice event was standing there? The statues and stuff. That was cool. Like all the events are gonna be
Guardian
in this.
Games was in there, man.
Yeah, Guardian Games, Solstice, probably everything from Dawning and stuff is just gonna be there.
Yeah, they said that. Oh yeah, it said it will remain live for an additional period of time to allow Twitch drop progression.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So we're just gonna sit here and talk then.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Because I have 34% on the 3-hour one, and I need it to be over 50%.
As soon as they started talking, then I checked the emblem, and then I got the first one immediately.
Yeah, I didn't. I only had 16% from last week.
But yeah, a lot of interesting weapons coming back.
Dude.
So they mentioned that when you get a weapon drop, there's like you can have 2 recluses, but the one can drop with the ornament.
Now, so every time you get one, it can drop with that ornament.
Yeah.
But you can't take the ornament off of it and put it on another one.
Yeah.
It only goes on the one it drops with.
Yeah. But you keep
So
it
like if
on
you have a
that.
recluse in your vault, you can't put it on there.
Yeah.
Not that you would want to, but like so you were asking about forbearance. Like yeah, your forbearance.
Yeah.
But the other thing is though, like you can craft a forbearance.
Yeah.
So like
Which one is better?
I guess maybe you can't use some of the perks that are in this one when you
Yeah.
craft it. That might be like the
So-
like hey,
So this is like you want to get the perfect roll, and at the same time you need to get the ornament on it.
if you want to use that one, yeah.
Yeah. Because like when you saw that some of them had no glow on them, but then some weapons had like the glow on the front.
Yeah,
Like
that's the ornament, right?
yeah. So didn't they say that some of the weapons drop randomly with that? Or
Maybe,
everything
yeah.
have? But that room looks really similar to the Sur treasure hole. Like it's
Yeah, that's what they said. It's basically that.
so
They just, you know,
I saw the
Shaxx
markings.
treasure.
I saw the markings on the floor next to the chests, red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got some. I kind of feel like they're going in the right direction.
With this free update, they're doing some good stuff.
Yeah.
And then one more showcase, and then after that we'll probably finally
I mean,
start.
it's almost like the April update from Destiny 1.
Yeah, that I saw someone say that, like they can make up
Like
for
it's
this.
pretty good.
Like I think they need to start winning people back,
Well,
even
yeah.
though it's not their fault. It's just people being people.
I mean, yeah.
Wanting what they want. I don't see the
You know, there's gonna be people out there like, I don't want old weapons, and it's just like,
because they have to earn it again.
yeah. But it's like, at the end of the day,
Just a game.
new stuff comes out every year, and then like, there's new stuff all the time now. People forget how bad it was
Yeah.
after Taken King, dude. There was nothing for months.
It was a year or more before.
No, it wasn't that long because the April update was
Yeah.
4 months into the next year. But it came out in September. So you got September, October, November, December. That's 4 months. So 8 months of nothing.
Yeah. It's a different time
Where now,
they're like,
now every week there's something. It might not be great, but there's something.
yeah, because like, it seems like people are like, do they want to make a lot of stuff because of money now, or just, make stuff?
I don't have a problem with them selling stuff in the store. My biggest thing is though, they shouldn't have like the coolest armor as an ornament that you buy.
Yeah.
I feel like the cool armor should be like raid armor or like end game armor, like dungeons and raids and like trials gear.
Like I will immediately see people complaining about this armor because it's kind of just remixed,
Yeah, it's
That's
just
an old-
remade. But,
but it looks cool. So
there's like Grandmasters doesn't have cool armor.
yeah,
Trials is the only thing that I think endgame wise has great armor, and then maybe like a raid or two have
Yeah.
cool armor.
they need to start making
Like, I
the
don't-
ritual one cool too. Like,
Yeah. But they definitely should. It shouldn't be like, oh, Gallahorn armor. It's in the store. It's the only place you can get it.
yeah, I know.
Or whatever. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah, now that you talk about it, like Gallahorn armor is kind of unique to Destiny. It shouldn't only be
What?
money, right? So
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it should be earned at 30th anniversary.
Yep.
Or something like that. I don't know.
it's gonna be interesting to see how they develop Final Shape. We'll soon get trailers and stuff. So one more stream of this, and then after that, it's Final Shape showtime.
Yeah.
So 12 weapons. That's actually double of what they have normally done for like one certain activity. That's actually insane.
Yeah. Dude, imagine if they just came out with like 30 weapons. Oh.
I was like, when he started saying 100, and because I didn't hear that he said anything about Vault before he said 100, so like, we have 100. I was like, don't say weapons because I was like, oh my god.
What room space? Oh,
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was about to say 100 weapons coming in this. I was like,
that's so funny.
but 100, like, it's okay, but like, I wish they took it up to 1,000 space in total. Like, it's 600 now, it's gonna be 700. Like, they could have done 400 more.
Dude, I'm gonna have so much room.
I'm gonna have 100 more.
Because I'm probably gonna go through and delete everything that doesn't have a thumbs up.
Like, the thing though, my question now is like, I can go get the recluse again, right? But I still have the OG one that I can't use in high activities. But it's like a high amount of kills on it, and I want to just keep it to have it because it's so cool.
Okay, but that's only one slot.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like I want to have one of everything.
I want to have 100 of every gun. Okay. Oh.
Yeah. But there's
Want
been
it all.
so many seasons, so many expansions, so many raids, dungeons. Like, you want to have one of everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have everything, but I have everything that I want from the
I mean,
best
you can
stuff.
always get it later. Oh. The hard part is like weapons, like is the only like armor you can always just get, you know, or not armor, like shaders and crap. Like you can always go back and get it later.
Armors I don't care about
Oh.
because like you can get the ornaments for everything now. But
Yeah.
then like the weapons is like you have like Season of Arrivals have a lot of there's like the same weapons from that season and then now returning, just different symbols but new perks and stuff.
Yeah.
There's two of the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing.
what I was going for.
But like it's like it's still hard for me to delete the old one because it's like you can never get it again.
Yeah, I hear you. I think I still have some stuff in there that's kind of like, why do I have this in there?
Yeah. Like yesterday, I was at work. I was like, I had nothing to do, so I put up my phone and then I went into the Ishtar Commander app, and then I transferred everything from my Warlock into the vault, and then I went through the vault on my app, like picked out some guns that I wanted to just put on my Warlock, and then when I got home, just delete all of them, right?
Oh gosh.
And then I could only find like probably under 10 weapons to delete because I didn't know what to do.
You know what? That might be what I'm about to do right now. Is just go to my vault and like delete things.
But it's harder than you think.
I know. Trust me, I know.
I need data.
Why I haven't done it? Huh?
I need data.
Oh gosh.
He's gonna tell you to just delete it.
Are you ever gonna use that again? No. Why do you still have it? Because what if I do?
Okay. Next week, same time, new stream.
Yep. Been live for an hour and 18 minutes. I'm at 41%. I just need to get the over 50, and I feel confident that another hour will do it.
How did you feel about the social space? They look nice.
It looks cool.
Like, do you think it's gonna be
So-
like another teleport? Like you need to go there and then Helm and then Tower and then.
You can get through it from the tower.
That'd be cool, but I don't think so.
Why not? So am I the only one that thought that that was the Black Gardens thing and not an emblem or a shader?
What one?
Where they showed that, was that not the Black Garden?
Oh, in the yeah, the same yeah, the heart.
Is that
thing.
what that was?
They showed it off as the shader in a way, but like yeah, now that you say it, it reminds me of the heart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't think they fully showed off like what it could be. Like it's like a secret when you get
Yeah,
in
they
there.
kind of left it out in the open there.
So you need that key on the end of the rank system, right? So
Yeah, I think so.
but they said that when you open it, you'll get the black shader.
Hmm.
So I guess it's a grind.
Yeah.
I have the whole week off. I can't wait. But yeah, next week, same time. New exotic missions. I think it's Whisper and Outbreak crafted. It's the only exotic mission I can remember that already is in the game as a mission.
Which one?
The Outbreak is in the mission from 0 Hour in the tower, and then
Yeah.
Whisper is in the IO exotic mission. There's like the same thing as Recluse. It had like the ornaments in the database of Eververse, and there's a new ornament coming for Whisper in the Eververse store.
Mm-hmm.
So they think it's gonna be Whisper, and he mentioned now at the end there's gonna be like an exotic mission. And I think there's gonna be a new one too. I think Red Death is getting an exotic mission.
The Red Death.
Red Death
The
craftable.
Red Death is not coming back, dude. I don't think it's coming back. I would be so happy if it did, but I don't think it's coming
They
back.
said it in the final shape showcase.
What, that it's coming back?
Yeah. Red Death Pulse Rifle, and Dragon's Breath, and the Kavostov.
The Red Death is not a pulse rifle, it's an auto rifle.
Red Death?
I'm pretty sure it's an auto
No,
rifle.
it's a pulse rifle.
Oh, it shoots like an auto rifle. Okay.
But then it could also be the Kavostov as a exotic mission, because that was
We already
also
have that.
not as an exotic in Destiny 2.
Well, yeah, true.
It was an exotic in Destiny 1 with a lot of perk switching.
Yeah.
So it
You could make it whatever you wanted, basically.
it could be Kavostov or Red Death. A surprise. So I think they're
I
making
don't
a
know
lot
if
of
I'm gonna
new-
get this 3-hour one. How close are you to the 3-hour one?
I can check. I have 76% on the 3-hour one.
Yeah, I'm at 43.
I already claimed the green one.
Yeah, so did I.
I guess there's an update for Destiny now.
Yep, it's already downloaded.
I need to switch and do that. Check it. Yeah. Oh, what? Latest version already downloaded?
Yeah, it might be downloaded already.
No, but the PS5 normally doesn't do that. Or maybe it's not an update on PlayStation.
Yeah, it is. It's an update on everything.
Well, I'm
It
checking.
downloaded it already. It totally does.
But on my log, it doesn't show any downloads.
Have you had your PlayStation on this whole time?
Yeah.
Turn it off. Turn it back on. Said it didn't show up. Do that.
Yeah. Well, same time next week. I think I'm gonna end my stream. Okay, guys. Thank you all for watching this stream. It's the same time next week at Weekly Resets. The part 3 of this Into the Light developer live stream. So I'll see you guys all then. I'll probably be watching this again with my friend, I'm not sure. If not, it could be me only. But so, this was cool. So next time, I hope it's something cool. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.